That's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling.
22-minute podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't wanna take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines and stuff.
Welcome to the 22-minute podcast. My name is Wes Sievertson. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. And I'm here with Mike Finley and James Fass.
Hey, guys.
And hey, first off, opened up with a little game over, man.
Game over, man.
Bill Paxton, R.I.P.
Woo!
Love Bill Paxton. But yes, this is the day that he died.
2017.
Damn, dude. Yeah, he had complications with some sort of heart surgery, I believe. Which is crazy that my dad can be totally fine with a triple fucking bypass or a...
Right. And his name is also Bill.
Well, look at the irony. Look at the coincidences. But that, Bill Paxton can be a very wealthy celebrity and hey, sometimes surgery just doesn't go right.
We're all human, man.
That's right. And, he was a Frailty, great movie. He directed that. He was in it as well. Well, of course, Aliens. And then a little Ric Flair woo we also had because it's his birthday, 76, man.
Yeah.
When you talk about the longevity of wrestlers,
Yeah.
not a lot of them make it
No,
to
it's true.
76.
It's true.
Yeah, he's up at the top there.
So good for him. I hope he can. At some point, he's not going to be able to fucking walk.
No,
like
I do think he is officially retired now, though.
Right. He's not even doing like fun little. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's kept up with his cardio the last couple times I've seen him. He's sounding like fucking. You remember a couple years ago, James, whenever Jimmy Johnson got introduced into like the Cowboys Ring of Honor, and he like nearly died on fucking screen.
What?
Do you remember that? Like he like had like some sort of asthma attack, but him being old, people were just like, shit, someone call someone. Like he was not doing well. But that's kind of what Ric Flair reminds me the last couple times I've seen him. And hey, I'm really just warning myself. All right, need to get a stationary bike down here. I need to get my heart rate up and my lungs pumping.
Okay.
But hey, before it's too late, James, we're the same age, and one of us is gonna die before the other, and
It's all subjective, brother.
that's gonna be the
What is too late?
too late is listen, when one of us is dead and the other one's alive, listen, if it's you who goes first, I'm definitely gonna think beat him.
You're thinking
Beat him.
You're thinking you were meant to live?
No.
I
so
dare
much
you to
more?
move.
Ooh. Speaking of dare you to move on this day in 2003, Switchfoot. Guys, we lost ourselves.
Been on out now. Been on out now.
Oh, my God.
I didn't realize that was like a Christian song.
Yeah.
Until
Oh, really?
until this I went to
No, like I'm finding out.
Oh yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
Christian song. I didn't know until I went to a battle of the bands in Mesquite, Texas, full of high school kids. I remember our buddy Cole was playing with his band. It was a pretty exciting day. I remember I was wearing my early November shirt. It was green. Mike
You
was
remember
there.
that shirt?
Mike was there. I remember that our buddy Chaz let another there was like a screamo band. What was that band's name? What do they call themselves? Oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, with the Johnstons, right?
Oh, yeah. White Arms of Athena.
White Arms of Athena.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love those Johnson Bros, dude.
I think they're very conservative now. But anyway,
That's fine. I hope they're doing well.
It's not fine. Okay, but anyway,
I love them. They're great.
I feel like Christian rock songs often motivate school shooters.
maybe these days. What I was gonna say though is there was like an Indian, it was a band full of all Indian teenage boys from India,
Men, boys.
right?
Okay.
And they played Switchfoot, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They know this. And then I talked to one of them after. I was like, that's a cool song. And they were like, yeah, I love the message in that. There's something like that, and the lyrics or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but that's where I remember just being confused. and then since it was 2003 or something like that, I had to like go home and Google it later, like look it up. And yeah, that's how I found out that. Yeah, so some Indian dude. I don't think we ever. I was 13. I wasn't like, "What's your name?" So I don't know who he was. Anywho, all right. That was a great transition.
That was. Yeah, on this day in 2003, Switchfoot released their third studio record, The Beautiful Letdown.
Right. I think you said that, or did I interrupt you? Probably.
Yeah, you did, Wes. Not the first time.
Well, I'm sorry. You know what I have on my mind is that I forgot yesterday to do a weekend check.
Oh, that's right.
So, who does anyone want to go first? I don't have much. So, well, actually, you know what? I do have something. But no, whoever wants to go first can go first.
James, I want to hear this story. What happened to you at work?
Dude, so I wake up and I kind of have a routine of almost being late to work.
Sure.
So I wake up and I go to my corner store and I get my Red Bull and my Copenhagen and then I fucking go to work, right? So I do it this day, last Thursday.
Yeah.
And as I'm exiting the store with my purchased goods, I get in my car and a woman like runs up from this
lot lizard. Okay.
RV. No. It's like an older mobile home.
Okay.
And it didn't have the presence of like, sir.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I know exactly.
She runs up and I'm so out of I'm half asleep still. So I like unroll the wrong window, so it looks like I'm scared of her. First off.
Sure. Yeah, right.
Anyway,
very Larry David. Yeah, like
she goes into like a fucking like kind of panicked monologue, and she's like, "Hey, I have 2 special needs dogs, and I'm a victim of domestic violence.
Put
and
him
can
down.
you help me?"
I'm sorry.
Can you help me with? It almost sounded like she wanted me to choose like which one I cared about more.
Yeah.
But I could see that she did have kind of a goofy looking dog with her, so I was like, all right.
No.
And so naturally, I texted Wes her Cash App tag, and he goes, "What the fuck is this?" And I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later." So I sent her $5.
Honestly,
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I do love the.
Which did you choose, though?
Yeah, like subconsciously, which one did you choose?
One of the 2 dogs, or?
I definitely would have gone with the domestic violence thing personally. Like yes, I don't.
Still haven't chosen. I don't know.
Yeah, like
That's a tough one.
They're dogs, bro. Like they're all kind of special needs. I don't
But you didn't have to. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me that.
No.
Like, you could have just been like, "Hey, dude,
yeah.
I'm on the run right now from a guy that wants to kick my ass."
I
and-
take that seriously. I don't take the dog thing seriously. I'm sorry.
Your dogs can't
What I told her
read.
though was like, "I got to go to work, but I'll send you money."
See, I kind of love this story in the modern setting, like, and it also does include you texting me. That's a part of the story too. So, like, that's honestly like from my perspective, that'd be an interesting way to narrate that story of like the first line of or the first word, whatever you call it, is just what you text me. The text
Her
message.
Cash App was like a funny. I
was
don't want to
weird.
say it and like expose this person.
Sure. But I thought you were texting me something sexual for like half a second. I was
Right,
like,
like it looked like a hashtag that like
yeah, like
I might be into.
exactly. Like, should I?
Anyway.
I'm kind of scared, but I'm gonna click it. Yeah.
That was my that was the excitement to the end of my week there, my work week.
I may be a sucker for that kind of story where I'm like, you're trying to get away from some dude, you need some gas, okay, absolutely, because I fucking hate whoever you're talking about.
I do think it. I think there was merit in her story. She wasn't like itching to like perform a rehearsed line, but I think she was maybe in a desperate situation. So I was like,
well, good. I mean, go with your gut. I think that's the best thing. I mean, unless there's obviously like evidence of something, that's the best you can do.
Right. She was like in a sweater vest or something. So
okay, I like that. I don't know what that means, but I like that detail.
I don't know. She was dressed like maybe her Subaru broke down.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
All-wheel drive.
No,
So I was like, any woman that hits this woman is gonna not get $5.
Right, exactly.
Anyway.
No, okay, so I think I was like 13 or something, 12, 13, and me and my dad were leaving, I don't know, fucking on the border or something.
Nice.
And this lady pulls up, and she's in a minivan. She's like, hey, like, I'm from Maybank. I'm from Gun Barrel, whatever. I'm from Cedar Creek Lake. And I'm just trying to get back there, and I just need some gas. And so my dad, the perpetual pessimist and like, no, you're lying, whatever, hears, he is from Maybank. He is from
right.
the lake. He's from Cedar Creek Lake, the area, and so he gives them some money. Literally like a year later, same lady, same minivan, same story.
Damn.
And I mean, I'll never forget because I'm already old enough to know that my dad's kind of a dick, like about that kind of thing, whatever. And I don't think he would. I don't think he would lie. He probably enjoys being a little bit of a dick, thinking these people are getting one over on or trying to.
Right.
But anyway, but I do just remember in that moment being like, "Fuck, I don't know," because I mean, I love the way that he responded to it. I will say, because he was just like, I remember, just you came up to me with the same stuff, and then she just just drove right out of that parking lot. But yeah, like that was a very formative moment, like for me, of like I'll never give in to that. I'll never give in to just thinking that way of the perpetual pessimist.
Right. But it's also like sad how desperately unhoused people have to make up a desperate story. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. In order to gain any type of like momentum.
I think it's important to address what you're talking about, because it's almost like the gun situation where it's like people say like, oh, well, if you make guns illegal, criminals are still going to, but it's going to be a lot easier to identify those criminals, isn't it? Because they're going to be the only one with guns. So anyway, so it's the same thing with like the mental health thing, in my opinion. It's like if we can actually address like what's happening with the mental health issues in our country, then the people who just kind of want to live that way, whether it's for good or bad, well, no, it's just going to be them. Like, oh, there's a guy who, like, he's kind of a character and he's an artist and he lives here or lives out of a van or whatever. It's like, well, he has all the ability not to if he wanted to. So cool. Well, okay, there's that guy. Then there's also the person who it's like, hey, like, there's no reason for you to be driving up, like, desperately asking me for money anymore. So I know that you have either ill intentions or you're just not telling me.
There's definitely two sides to everything.
But I'm just saying, if we actually, but I'm just saying, if we actually addressed like what was people struggling, then the people who are trying to manipulate you can't hide.
They'd weed themselves out.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, not gonna happen. Doesn't matter. Today is February 23rd. Oh, I was just gonna say for my, did you have something any sort of?
Oh, my weekend?
Or anything like that?
Well, granted, it's Saturday when we're recording this.
Yeah.
So, but I got a triple feature lined up for...
what are you seeing?
Later this evening. I'm going to go see The Monkey.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Then Hard Eyes. Then I'm going to polish the night off.
But I will see it.
It's like a cheesy, Valentine's Day horror movie. And then finish it off with Companion.
I have no interest in that movie, to be honest with you.
I remember seeing the trailer and I'm like, I want to see this. And then like seeing another trailer, like, oh, that's like an AI sort of...
Right.
What is that about?
Essentially it seems to be playing into the fantasy of, if you did have this this humanoid as close to human like AI sex robot, fantasy robot.
Oh, is that like the Megan Fox one?
No, who is it? I don't remember that chick's name. She's like blowing up right now, and I don't know.
It's got Jack Quaid.
Yeah, it's got
Dennis
Jack
Quaid's
Quaid.
son. It's like a new like Ex Machina.
I don't find Jack Quaid.
And I'm trying to he was fine in The Boys.
Well, okay, great. But Nepo Baby, have your TV show.
Sure.
Stop being in another thing.
Yeah.
Like, because you're just not that good. And why do you need to be?
I don't know if there's really anything special about him.
No, zero.
Wait, Dad said I had to be a movie actor.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, it is Quaid, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Randy Quaid is like super right wing now. I mean,
for some reason,
I'm sorry, Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
We already knew Randy Quaid was going nuts. Dennis Quaid is like pretty right wing now. He like played Reagan in some like Christian movie
last year,
production. And that's what he does now. I was actually working.
He just plays Reagan.
He was playing Reagan in a movie. Yeah, it's a whole series. He
played Reagan in The Substance.
Right. Yes. Yeah. If you didn't know, that was that was Reagan. What that was an interpretation of what if movie star Reagan in the 50s hadn't become president.
Ooh,
that was the idea of
fun. What if?
Yeah, that was his character in The Substance.
Is it weird that I've never been a fan of Dennis Quaid?
Frequency was great.
Yeah, Frequency. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No.
Yes, dude, Frequency was amazing.
Had Jim Caviezel, speaking of which,
yes, dude.
on this day in 2004.
Is it Caviezel or Saviezel?
He says Caviezel.
Oh, he does. Is that because he's retarded? I mean, R-worded? Bleep that out.
Yeah, we'll bleep
favorite
it.
Drop.
We'll bleep it, and then anytime we play like a bleep, people just know that it's James saying
that I said an R word or an F slur.
Exactly. That was James. No, I mean, no.
I can denigrate to my own people, Wes.
Switchback was a pretty good little one with what's his name? I'm forgetting Glover. Not Donald.
Oh, Danny?
Yeah,
Danny.
All right, we got to move on. Yeah, we're 15 minutes in.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Rashida Jones.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
No, okay, I'm going to do a very condensed version of my weekend check.
Yeah.
I was hosting an open mic.
Oh, yeah.
And I've mentioned before, I don't know if I've mentioned on the podcast or not, but a lot of the times,
detail.
a lot of local open mics, not in Nashville, not in Brooklyn, not in LA, not in Seattle, and maybe some other places, quickly become places where borderline houseless people hang out. And so we had one creepy guy on last month's, which, like, yeah, he was definitely creepy, but only in the, like, he's clearly like a conservative and like trying to talk about Jesus and shit and push that shit whenever it's just more, it's like, no, we just don't talk about that here because it's a coffee place.
Right.
And, like, anyway, he was asking about when the next one was. And so even though I warned them that could happen and that I'm glad to, act accordingly and control that, they just don't even want to deal with it, which makes sense because it's not like a lot of people were showing up. It really was just a lot of me playing. But I'm going to find some other open mic that I can just play. Hopefully it's better than, I mean, it's tough, man. Like, open mics in most cities are sketchy as fuck. All right, that's it.
All right. Well, speaking of Wes playing an open mic, on this day 1997, Elliott Smith releases his third studio album, Either Or.
I'd have to give a whole. I'd have to just take a whole 22 minutes to talk about it.
And you can.
Well, what I'm gonna all I'll say is there's a Mount Rushmore of singer-songwriters for me, and I'm sure everyone else has their own. But Elliott Smith is firmly on that Mount Rushmore.
I think his girlfriend did it.
It's tough to argue against it, bud. Like, you can't really
stab yourself in the heart
twice. You can't do it twice. Like,
okay.
That's kind of the thing. You can't break.
Well, if anybody could,
That's kind of the thing, right? But the
can't break your own heart.
The idea is that you first have to break through your chest plate, and you can't. You probably don't have enough force that you can push upon yourself in that way, and so you would have to break through it first, and then you would have to stab yourself, and that just sounds like a lot.
Yep.
But also the theory is you would probably pass out before that
from
can
blood
happen.
pressure. Yeah.
So it's just and also there's just no one else there, and there's a lot of things, but we'll never know. Who knows who? It's the Kurt Cobain thing. It's like, would he just be disappointing now? Would he have sold out? Would he be like screaming about MAGA? You know what I mean? Who knows? We just don't know.
Jeez,
I doubt it. But I really do doubt it. But you never. Maybe Jeff Buckley would have been.
Oh.
I don't know.
He would have never drowned. Jeez.
Yeah. Hallelujah. Trump's back or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, also on this day in 1997, Marcy's Playground releases their debut solo album. Has the song Section Candy.
Downtown Mama Phone. Ooh, on this day in 2000, Reindeer Games was released.
I love that movie.
It is
Ben
a fun
Affleck?
one. It's not like that good.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, Ben Affleck, Gary Sinise, Charlize Theron.
I think his best work right now is the Dunkin' commercials that he's doing with his brother.
I agree. I appreciate them without Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's having a lot more fun.
Well, good.
In the more current ones. All right, let's see.
On this day in 2002, Clinic releases their second record, Walking with Thee.
Can you see? I can't do it.
Okay.
All right, then. On this day in 2004, The Passion of the Christ was released, traumatizing children everywhere into believing in Jesus.
I was waiting for Passion of the Christ 2, Crucify This.
Crucify This. No, I remember two of our friends, I watched it with two of our female high school friends, and like they were just so emotional and like whatever, and I'm just like, this is how cults work.
Where's the Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to reflect more on that moment. It was just weird. That's really it. Okay, we have about 2 minutes to get these birthdays.
Turning 54, Sean Astin.
The Goonies. Lord of the Rings.
Samwise Gamgee.
Yep. Put the Shire on his back, bro.
That's right. Stranger Things.
Fucking Bob, dude.
And the new movie Love Hurts.
And the new movie Love Hurts. Yeah, I do want to see that. I might see that this week or something. If I'm on call one day. He
doesn't have a major role, but he's good in what he does.
I want to see it. Yeah. It's fun to see them together. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Goonies reunion. We did mention Ric Flair's birthday. We did mention Woo! We did mention Rashida Jones turning 60. Carrot Top. How old is his face turning though?
That's a good question.
104.
Well, it's a brand new face.
18.
He's got the body of a 28-year-old bodybuilder.
Yeah, you know, I bet him and Joe Rogan take similar steroids.
While they're jerking each other off.
Yeah. Robo.
That's not a shot at you, Carrot Top. That's really just a shot at Joe.
Well, yeah, because you know, I only know Joe to be probably too masculine to admit that he likes penis.
I don't know what that has to do with masculinity, Wes.
No, toxic masculinity. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. You're absolutely.
I take Alpha Brain 9 times a day,
and it makes me not.
Now
think
I can
about
do simple math.
And the simple math is 2 dicks don't equal a right.
Do you think you know what 12 times 11 is?
It's not 2 dicks.
Beta cook.
Born on the State Not Dead, George Harrison of stealing song fame.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that's what made him do it.
Yeah, just knowing that he was going to die of cancer one day. Yeah, probably.
He's like, fuck it.
Turning 59, Tia Leone.
Was she in Jurassic Park 3?
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Nice.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Yes.
Jurassic Park 3. Turning 39, Justin Bearfield. That's Reese and Malcolm in the Middle. I think they're doing a reunion, so I wonder if he'll be in that. I mean, I imagine so.
I think everybody but the youngest one.
Good for him, man, because he didn't want to. Like,
no, right.
Like he's notorious for being like, I don't stop looking at me.
Yeah.
You know. So even though he is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And mostly also because he was in Joe Dirt.
What is he,
Christmas
like 35
with the Cranks,
now?
dude?
Probably, yeah, something like that. Probably our age. A little bit younger. He's got to be.